So over a year ago, back in February of 2023, I released a video detailing how live services are dying by the dozen as the genre buckles from unsustainable oversaturation. And fast forward roughly a year and a half, and you want to know what's changed since? Nothing. What? Absolutely nothing. Companies are still in this gold rush to become the next big live service, to try to become the next Destiny 2.
On paper, The First Descendant should very much be a game that I love. It is a looter shooter with a variety of PvE. You got horde mode missions, dungeons, and boss battles, just to name a few. We're grinding for gear. We got cool characters to customize via this mod system. We got the shared open world spaces with other people running around. I mean, this checks a lot of boxes for me and is very similar to games that I've sunk a load of time into.
Then we got Skull and Bones, which didn't break 1 million players after February 22nd, 2024. What the fuck? Arcane Austin had to shut down Redfall, and the studio itself was shut down by Xbox. You've got Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, which is well on its way out, and things are bad enough where they're trying to give this game away for free. So on and so forth. You get the idea. And now it seems as though live services are saying, I've got one more in me, in the form of Concord, which is the PlayStation-published live service.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
There's one article here from Washington Post that best describes this as this being a game that's a few years too late. Maybe it would have enticed folks released before some of the other hero shooters became standard. But now Concord is just coming in late to the party, and it's a game that nobody is really particularly interested in. And that's leading to a result that is less than ideal when you look at player numbers right now.
Everybody in this studio is going to be fired, and it's going to be shut down. That's just what's going to happen. You can't recover from something like this. This is literally like tens of millions of dollars lost. You can't, like, it's Jover. It is.
Who asked for this? I didn't. You didn't. So who did? And when we look at the state of gaming and everything as a whole in the space, and people's reactions to another uninspired live service or generic hero team-based shooter,
it would have never been good. It's never would have been good. Nobody would ever want to play this. Look at the characters. These characters are ugly and weird. Like, who the fuck would want to be this guy? This guy looks like me. This is awful. Who the fuck would want to do that? Like, it's just these are bland, boring, like, what the fuck? Who thought this was a good idea? It's insane.
Again, who asked for this? I know I'm already beating a dead horse when I even talk about this or even say any of this. But no one asked. No one asked. And we really don't, need the $10 battle pass in their $70 to $40 game. All the while requiring you to still be online for some reason in a single-player game. Here's looking at you, Ubisoft. So it's no wonder people don't want to play these games. They're full of microtransactions, trying to nickel and dime us every step of the way. This, and the fact that many free-to-play games and paid games made by much smaller and more reputable studios are thriving at them, and providing gamers with a far better experience for both their money and their time investment. Games such as PoE and Helldivers 2 are both great examples of this when compared to similar games in the space made by AAA studios and publishers. And this is especially true when you compare with a recent showcase from Gearbox Games and Blizzard. Gamers got to see firsthand what having a plan for your game and also having focus on values for each game holds. Blizzard, a little studio you may or may not know, under Activision, and then recently purchased by Microsoft. Don't know if you know any of those guys there. They just make a little live service game called Diablo 4. They had a recent showcase for the game. That's their $70 game. For their $70 DLC. Yeah. I know. It's crazy. So anyway, they showed off their DLC and their new character. And it looked okay.
It's like there's a synergy and like a class design that's built into it that I don't think that the Diablo 4 devs really have. You see kind of how it's saying, like basically this was showing us different blocks, whereas the PoE was putting the blocks on top of each other. You know, this is very wide, but it's not deep. It doesn't feel like it's deep.
This is especially true when you compare it to the showcase that Gearbox Games had just less than an hour after Blizzard. And I mean, that's probably despite them, but...
Rayclast is a cursed land. You'd have to be mad to settle here. And yet... Welcome to King's March! It's not much yet, but with your help, we can erect the greatest city Rayclast has ever seen. We'll need resources and savvy planning. Soon we'll attract settlers, craftsmen, fortune seekers, and of course, pirates. But if we prevail, our ships will be heavy with gold.
Grinding Gear Games, at their showcase, they showed off the next big update to the game, and wow is all I can really put in words there. It's like, they just blew everything out of the park. Like, there's nothing wrong that they did. Like, everything was right. Like, everything is like 11 out of 10 on everything. On top of that, they're fixing so many, like, problematic issues with the base game and how things were played. And it's like, oh my god, this is insane. Why can't more companies just do this shit? And by pointing this out, we're really able to see this glaring issue now that, like, live service itself isn't the problem. It's the people making our games, the values they hold, and what they want to do. Clearly, some studios still respect their time and their money, not companies like Ubisoft, EA, Microsoft. So just consider that when buying your games. Who asked? Did you? Thank you for watching. You guys have yourselves a wonderful fucking day. Live your best fucking life as always. And please do take care. Bye.